my top 10 songs from high school, my top 10 high school music playlist list. This is what means the most to me. Number 10. It is a song from Eve 6. It's called Here's to the Night. And I'm not going to sing it. Copyright, first and foremost. I'm not going to play music in the background. And I'm just not going to sing. I don't need to lose any more subscribers, okay? I've already done a couple here and there. But Eve 6, Here's to the Night, to me, it's a song that just feels like a high school song, okay? And I feel like I've seen it in movies that pertain to high school. But to me, like, thinking back to high school, like, I was always seeking, like, that one night, like, that one night that was life-changing, that was unforgettable, and just, like, I can hang my hat on, like, boom, that's my signature, like, high school memory right there. I was always seeking that out from a freshman to my senior year. And unfortunately, I didn't get too many of those. I did have some, and I am grateful for that. I really, truly am. But I was a bit of a dope, and, like, I wanted, like, all these social life things. Then when the opportunities came up, I was like, no, I'm going to stay at home tonight. Weird, right? But again, always seeking for that, like, perfect quintessential high school moment, and from a social perspective. And like I said, I did have a couple. I remember there was a really nice one a little bit after graduating, or around that time period, where me and a group of people who I haven't spoken to in a very long time went bowling, and it was a lot of fun. We had a bowling night, a late night bowling night. And there's many others. There's many others, but it's Here's to the Night. You know, it's a tribute, and also, like, kind of realizing that this stuff isn't gonna last forever. Like, to me, that song let me know that high school wasn't gonna last forever. Everything that happened within the confines of Niagara Falls High School from 2005 to 2009 in my life was not gonna last forever, and so there's a tinge of sadness to it. But fun enough, like, on class day, I got to walk out to this song, and it just happened by chance. I didn't pick it. It was one of the songs they played for class day walkout. So that is my number 10. Number 9. I have two artists on here who aren't very fondly recognized currently, but I'm somebody who can separate the art from the artist. And also, too, at the time, you didn't really know these people were messed up. Well, this one, I guess I could have listened to Chappelle's show and took a hint from that. He had the foresight, apparently, but it's called The World's Greatest from R. Kelly. And my memories with this, so the summer before my senior year, it was not that great, but I lost my Mima at that point in time. There was some other stuff that had been going on. Just socially, I was not where I wanted to be. But also, I'm trying to look ahead because high school wrestling is this is my last shot this upcoming year. So that August, I went to a camp in Fredonia with a great group of very talented wrestlers and some great coaches. And it was a lot of fun. And we stayed there for a week. Like, I was sleeping in a high school gym on a mat and working out 3 times a day, every day, just socializing with this group of wrestlers. And there was a song that came that was like our anthem for that week. It was The World's Greatest by R. Kelly. And it was this song of, like, believing in yourself. Like I don't know. It just I guess it kind of it's not necessarily arrogant, even though I eventually became I became a very arrogant person my senior year. But it's just power of, like, just self-belief and doing what you can do. And it stayed with me. Like, I had heard it because it had been out for a while at that point, but hearing it at this camp, like, it became it when I was going to wrestling tournaments or dueling matches. Like, I listened to it because it helped me believe in myself and believe that I could be the best version of myself. So the world's greatest is on this list because what it did to me mentally, psychologically. It was a great one. So fond memories, very fond memories listening back to that song. My number 8. It's I associate. So I think it came out between my freshman and sophomore year, which was a very tough year as it was. Everything I came into my freshman year seemed hunky-dory. It was great. I had this great homeroom, and there was great people in it. And all of a sudden, after freshman year, everybody started to really go their separate ways within high school. Like people were taking advanced classes, people were taking just different paths and their own paths, so to speak. The fray over my head. I don't know why the voice just like the singer, I don't even have, I should have wrote it down, but the singer's voice just like it's unforgettable. The lyrics are great. The instrumental is tremendous. But yeah, it came out sometime like after my freshman year, and I just associate it with that weird transition point because 10th grade was just it was a culture shock. There was a it was very, very different, and things had changed dramatically. Even like athletically, like it wasn't great. I had a decent year, but there was a lot of tough lessons made my sophomore year, both socially, and school wise and athletically, and just over my head. I don't know. Sometimes it's as simple as that, just associating a song with just an overall outlook, not a specific memory, but just an overall perspective on what life was. And yeah, that one just makes me smile. The Fray is really good. They got a couple bangers, and they just kind of fell off the face of the earth, at least from a mainstream perspective. But very, very fond of that song and what it does for me and my soul. So that's my number 8. All right, my next 2 were put on to by somebody I was very close to in high school and opening up my music taste. Okay, and they all have very fun meanings, memories, connections, whatnot. But it's a friend who I'm not close to at all anymore, and there's a part of me that blames myself for it. But no, I definitely do. But regardless, number 7 is Fall Out Boy, Dance Dance. And I never heard of Fall Out Boy before this song came out. And I heard this song and I'm like, oh my God, they had a lot of hits. There was This Ain't a Scene and there's others. Like I can't even think off the top of my head, but I came into Fall Out Boy and there was 4 or 5 really great songs that I came into, like listening to this, and the band stuck with me for that. But Dance Dance was, I don't even really know the lyrics, but I associate it like sophomore year. We used to do like a winter pep rally, and it was the song that played for the wrestling team's little. They used to show all the sports videos, and wrestling's video had Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy too. But I was like, man, this kind of slaps. It kind of goes good with wrestling, so there's a little bit of an association with wrestling with that. But it was my entry really into Fall Out Boy. That song before I seen it in my sophomore year, but it was my entry into Fall Out Boy, and it's got just a fun, upbeat kind of just vibe to it. And yes, I associate it with that person who I was once close with. I associate it with my freshman year and expanding music taste. When at that time I was literally listening to Green Day and pro wrestling themes because I made that my personality too. But Fall Out Boy, Dance Dance comes in at number 7, excuse me. And then the next one, same idea, the All-American Rejects. And this one was, this song hit a little bit more closer to home as far as meaning. Okay. Again, never heard of All-American Rejects before my freshman year of high school. And then I heard Move Along. And it was this, and retroactively looking back, it's powerful about just kind of keep trucking on, keep going forward, no matter how and this is how I perceive it, but no matter how much life kind of beats you down, punches you in the face, or even, enjoying the good things, move along, keep moving forward. Don't live in the past more so than anything. And that's what I take from it. And it's a fun song. It is a very fun song to listen to. And All American Rejects have a lot of great songs under their belt. I can go through a couple albums and really enjoy that. But Move Along was the one that stood out the most to me. And I appreciate that former friend very much for putting me onto this and changing my music taste and upgrading my music taste. So there's that. All right, top 5. Next one. This guy disappeared off the face of the earth, I feel. But he had a lot of great songs during my time in high school. And his name was Chris Daughtry, or simply put, Daughtry. And the song I'm talking about is called Home. And my social anxiety got the best of me a lot. And there was this always, I felt like I was, even those times where I was out and about with friends, there was this yearning to be home. When times were bad in school and my life was miserable, I yearning to go home. And traveling with wrestling, because I did a lot of traveling, especially between ninth grade, well, I guess the whole time, a yearning to just be home. And I love the way he sang it. Home was this comfort spot that, and this is the weird mentality, I was trying to escape from but couldn't get away from at the same time, because it was a safe place for me. It was a place where I didn't felt like I had to be something that I wasn't, which is weird and something tricky that I know I can say that I was in high school. I never felt like I could be me. I felt like I had to put on an act, or I was replicating other people's behaviors, and it just made me come off awkward and weird and strange. But home was this place where I could be me. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to. There was a bit of a safety, but also I knew that I had to kind of push myself away from being home all the time too, or I wouldn't live a very memorable high school. I wouldn't have a very memorable high school tenure. So there is that. But that's my number 5. But shout out to Daughtry. He's got a lot of good songs. Number 4. This is that other very, very controversial figure, and I don't appreciate any of his current views or his business strategy or whatnot. But I'm going to go Stronger by Kanye West. It's from the Graduation album. And Kanye aside, this song was just so powerful. I associate it with wrestling. It's one of those songs I used to use to pump me up for wrestling. I would listen to it right before matches, and somebody put me onto it. But this fast beat, this fun, energetic beat, the vocals, and it just made me feel stronger. My junior year was when I really associated with. There was a dual match against Grand Island High School, and we were basically battling for second place in the Niagara Frontier League because Niagara Wheatfield was king. None of us were touching them at that point. But I was listening to before. I had a big time match, and we were striving a match against one of their better wrestlers. I believe his name was Noah something. But I ended up, did I tech him or major him? But this song, it just energized me. It pumped me up, and I associated that song with our team winning and taking second place, which was the highest that we ever placed as a wrestling team in that respective, in the Niagara Frontier League division, or the NFL as they called it. But I associate it with that. So it's a good one. I still listen to it. Again, separating art from the artist, I still listen to it. It makes me feel, and I still really do enjoy that song. So that is my number 4. Number 3, and this is a band I love. There's a lot of songs that I could have used here that helped me get through high school. Viva La Vida, Clocks. There's a lot, but I used The Speed of Sound because it put me on to the band Coldplay. And yeah, I think the music video more entranced me, because this was the time when music videos were plentiful on TV, on cable. And I used to listen to, I used to watch the music video countdown just to listen to this song, because at the time I didn't really have I had a computer, but it wasn't a great internet connection, and watching YouTube was definitely a struggle, especially too at that time. If you think about it, 2005 to 2009, a lot of internet cables were connected to the phone. So if somebody was on the phone talking, the home phone, I couldn't really access the internet. But the music video entranced me, and Speed of Sound kind of came around about the same time as Fall Out Boy, at least from when I discovered it. And, there's some, the lyrics are what they are, but there's got just a nice instrumental. Reminds me of happier days, all right, early on in my high school tenure, and put me on a Coldplay for the rest of my life. It really is a great band. I hated the backlash that everybody got that they got when the NFL put them as one of the halftime shows. But yeah, I adore Coldplay, and the Speed of Sound is just, it reminds me of those early days when to me the future looked bright. Like there was so much life in front of me, and the possibilities for what I could be were seemingly endless. So Coldplay, the Speed of Sound. My number 2. This is one that I most strongly affiliate with wrestling. And this song had been out since, I believe, the 1980s. But it's The Final Countdown by Europe. But yeah, every wrestling tournament I was at, the song played. It would play before the finals sometimes. So I didn't really make too many tournament finals. The first one I did, at least in my main high school run, not my off-season stuff, but it was my junior year. So before that, it was like one tournament my junior. Actually, no, it was 2 tournaments, because I made never mind. It was 2 tournaments. But so for my freshman and sophomore and most of my junior year, I was striving to have that song playing in the warm-ups before before a finals match. Like I was striving for that. I wanted that so bad. Junior year tasted a little bit. Senior year, I was in the championship finals just about every tournament I was in. So this song was affiliated with it. So when I hear it, I get the chills. I think back to those good times wrestling. And, I've actually been talking a lot about my high school wrestling tenure lately. But for those who don't understand what wrestling meant to me back then, and obviously this Final Countdown song, wrestling was my art at that point in time. Wrestling, the wrestling mat was my canvas. And, I took out pain, frustration, anger on my opponents, especially my senior year when I finally got tapped into just how angry I was. I tapped into it and used it as a tool. But it was my expression, okay, of who I was. If I'm angry, I'm just gonna go in and just beat the piss out of people. If I'm stoic, content, we're gonna have a good match. I'm still most likely gonna beat you. But that's just it was. I can go watch my old high school matches and kind of see where my mindset was with every one of them. Whether there was timid, whatever, but it was my canvas. And Europe, The Final Countdown was the song I was basically listening to in my head the whole time. So that song is very fond. Great beat, great words, and just powerful. It's such a powerful song. Gives me the chills every single time. All right, and my number 1 favorite song that got me through high school is Don't Stop Believin' from Journey. Now, my core group of friends at that point in time, Eric, Billy, and Justin. All right, those were my dudes, and they were a class below me, but I really got connected with them my sophomore year, and it was just I loved spending time with them. That was my core group. But when I finally learned was able to drive, our favorite thing to do was hop in a car and basically just do car karaoke. Okay. And Semi-Charmed Kind of Life by Third Eye Blind was one of the songs, and I probably could have listed it, but for the sake of this list in this moment, Don't Stop Believin' was the main one. And every time we got in the car together, we sang this song in unison. It was great. We were just inseparable. All right, just singing, listen to the words, singing them out loud, windows down, just together. And I still remember the last time we did it because, eventually it all came to an end and we all kind of grew our separate ways, sadly and unfortunately. But the last time we did it was it was October or November of 2009, my freshman year of college, and all three of their senior years. And tinge of sadness looking back on that because you didn't realize it was the last time at that time. But when you're listening to it, when you're together, we actually went down to this mall. We ate at Burger King. We went down to a mall. We hung out at Best Buy for a night, and it was just us being together. But, just looking ahead, like you don't think it's going to be the last time. And, like, the whole world's in front of you. You don't think that things are going to change quite the way that they did. And while I still keep in regular contact with two of them, two of those three, like those are the happiest days of my life. That was my core group of friends, and I love and miss them all very much. I do. So Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. That is my number one song that got me through high school. We'll never forget it. And actually, it was really cool. At Justin's wedding, I was drunk. It was bad. It was really, really annoyingly drunk. He played it at the end of his thing, and I gave him this big hug, and he goes, "Dude, I gotta go say goodbye to everybody else." And it was just this gut punch, one that like I was obliterated. I was embarrassingly bad that night, but it was just cool that the night ended with that song. It was special to our core group, but like if you play that anywhere, people are just gonna sing along to it. It's just that magical. But all right. There it is, everybody. The songs that got me through high school, or the high school music playlist list.